At last count, there were more than 135 million cars on the roads of America. Well, today, the government announced that 1 out of 4 is being recalled because of potentially deadly airbags. That's 34 million vehicles, the largest auto recall in U.S. history. The airbags are blamed for 5 deaths and more than 100 injuries. They were made by Japan's Takata Corporation. And here's Jeff Glor.
Up until now, Takata has refused to acknowledge that their airbags are defective. That changes today.
After months of prodding, Transportation Secretary Anthony Foxx said Takata finally gave in, agreeing to this record-setting recall. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration believes that moisture from humidity leaks into the airbag's inflator, changing the properties of the chemical used to inflate the bags. When this happens, the explosive force can rupture the metal casings, sending shrapnel flying through the vehicle. Why this is happening officially is still not clear.
Takata still has not identified the root cause of the defect, but we cannot let that delay our actions that we're taking today.
I get more anxiety than anything is when anybody stops.
3 years ago, Angelina Sujata was driving a 2001 Honda Civic, and she was involved in a crash at just 25 miles an hour. Her Takata airbag exploded. One piece of shrapnel from inside the airbag flew out her windshield. The other ripped into her body.
I had a hole in my chest, clear enough to see the bone at the bottom.
The problem back then, no one believed her.
Everybody kept telling me airbags don't do that. The problem is these ones are, and that's not right and that's not okay.
Kevin Dean is now her attorney.
This is the absolute worst automotive products liability defect we've ever seen. Ever.
It is a problem that Takata and Honda have known about since at least 2008, when Honda issued its first recall for 4,000 Takata airbags. At the time, the companies blamed it on manufacturing problems. Additional recalls followed, eventually expanding to 11 manufacturers, but mostly for humid regions. Dean is suing Takata and Honda on behalf of his clients. He hired forensic engineer Bill Williams to try to discover a cause.
3, 2, 1.
Dean and Williams have been documenting their testing, and so far of the 100 airbags they've tested, 3 have ruptured. They took these slow-motion videos capturing some of those failures. You can see shrapnel flying in a driver's direction.
If you're sitting in one of these vehicles and the airbag goes off, you don't know what you're going to get. It could be safe, it could be essentially a grenade.
Exactly.
Today, NHTSA said it could be days before they know all the vehicles affected.
Takata said today, quote, "We are pleased to have reached this agreement with NHTSA," and said it presents a clear path forward to restoring trust and safety, even though, as we mentioned, they still don't know the root cause. Scott, NHTSA believes drivers can still use these impacted vehicles, but once the official list is out, they should get those vehicles fixed as soon as possible.
Jeff, thanks very much. That list that Jeff just mentioned is still being compiled by the government, but for a list of the vehicles that we already know are being recalled and what to do if you own one, you can go to our website, cbsnews.com.